Greetings, fellow humans. My name is Flailbot. Welcome back to episode 3 of our Relaxathon. This is Banished, the colonial semi? No, it's definitely pre-colonial. The pre-industrial exiled villagers city simulation game. And it's good. I like it. I hope you guys like it as well. We're building ourselves a forester's lodge over here, so that we can plant some trees, because we're going to want to build a herbalist over here, and then a hunting lodge, and then a gatherer's lodge. So again, 3 resources out of the same place, but we'll get rid of the forester's lodge once we're done planting the trees. And then probably toss the stockpile too, right? Because the stockpile will only hold non-perishables. Leather, all the food and medicine is also going to be a perishable. So they're all going to go in the storage barn. So we'll get rid of the stockpile, we'll replace it with a storage barn. It'll be great. We're really hoping that eventually a trader comes by. It'd be really good. They come on this river, and so they'll appear somewhere over here, and I'll get a little notification. He'll come on his little rowboat and drive along, and then he'll come up here and hopefully make this detour. I'm pretty sure they make detours onto the less major river estuaries. Yeah, the deer don't have bridges, so they just cross over wherever they want. And that includes just standing in the middle of the ocean and consuming those delicious ocean goods. One other thing that I did on my little dispersed living thing was I took all these little edge cases where you don't have any room to do much, but it's barely overlapping. I'm like, oh, I'll stick a little squadron of houses down there or whatever. I had all these weird little bits of houses just everywhere that I could squeeze them in, wherever I hadn't overlapped all the guys. These fishermen are not as productive as I expected them to be. I wonder if the walk is interfering, although it doesn't seem very long. I wonder if I cut them down to 2, if that's a little bit disappointed, fisher persons. So once the season ends, I'll cut them down to 2, and we'll see what their production is like. This does not need 3 foresters. You can tell because absolutely everything is cut down and planted. This place probably does also not need 3 foresters, but for now, we're not low on laborers. Oh, you know what I should do though? I gotta build this road. It gots to. Eventually we'll make a road up here as well, because this looks like some nice space we can use. And I gotta remember, I have my first student. I can handle up to 20 students in house. I don't have any stone. Oh god, curses. Give me to harvest all these stones. As long as you have the basics covered, you have a teacher and you have tools and you have clothes, you can kind of just wait until this is funny. You can kind of just wait for the next shipment to come in. You don't have to keep expanding. As long as you've built houses in at a pretty regular pace, you're not going to have any massive tragedies. That is the symbol that I was hoping to see. So we'll click on that and see where he is. Oh, he's already arrived. Okay, I'll go ahead and pause. So he's brought steel tools, Unica, the resource merchant, and he values my hide coats at a 15 and the steel coats at a 10. I can also order from Unica every time or just a single visit. I can say, oh my gosh, please bring me stone. And he will, and he will hopefully do so. You can also order all these other crazy things, but for now, I am gonna turn these coats into tools. Yeah. I must trade an additional 10 units. How about we bring that to 14 and then, oh no, that doesn't quite work. Hold on, I can do math, guys. So for every 2, there we go. Okay. So 10 coats, and I'm gonna get 15 tools. That's great news. I don't have a lot of coats, but the tools are gonna help offset some consumption of some critical resources like iron and logs. And I did set up that second trader's hut, hunting hut. So the trade is done. I can't trade it back. And then when I click dismiss, he'll drive his boat off. And so before you do that, you need to make sure that you have any of those trades and stuff set up. And then I say dismiss, he goes away. And this, the desired, will remain the same. So there he goes on his little boat. And whoever is responsible for, whoever's the marketplace guy will eventually grab some more coats and bring them over. And no, my throat is just not on the ball. So these guys have pretty cool boats. I don't know if you saw that, but they actually have magical boats. He can also eventually carry like thousands and thousands of stone in this tiny boat. So that guy's a hero. You saw he had a name that and a type, Unica the resource merchant. A resource merchant will bring specific kinds of things. No, you had one chopping action left to do. One saw swing. I guess you don't swing saws. Whatever. So how are you guys doing? Did I forget? I sure did. So 628 would be a decent comparison. We'll see what 2 of them can bring in. If it's only 200 per guy, then I'm kind of not so psyched about that production. I thought this was going to be better. This coverage seemed really good. What do I know? You can also overlap them, but then they're less effective, each of them individually. What speed are we at? 5, okay. Ah, there we go. Okay, so we don't want to do cut, and we have a bunch of laborers, so we'll go ahead and put these guys up to sort of maximum. These each should have just 3. That guy has 2. 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 4 is 9. That's the number that was here. So hopefully the foresters will come over here. People actively change jobs. There are no like learning curves, so people don't know how to be blacksmiths and remain blacksmiths. They'll choose the job that's closest to where they live, basically. So that means that you can have good situations where people live close to their jobs, and then you can build a new job and they have to get a new one. I don't know how often it switches around what jobs they do. Hopefully often enough. So we're going to try to squeeze in as many houses as we can into this little area. Just because we're going to want houses here in general. And once this guy's done planting all of the things, and we've removed all the iron and all the stone from the area, then we will... You know, we can build this hunting cabin as well. There's no real reason not to. Once they're all planted, we will build our herbalist and our gatherer. How far do these things reach? About to there? Okay. So really can't squeeze in that many houses, but we can do... Sometimes I just want to get everything aligned as nicely as possible, so I'll pause and go on a little organizational frenzy. Oh no, that didn't work. Let's see how many houses I can squeeze in. If I just put them in a row, I get 3, which is pretty good. And I don't seem to be able to fit any in the back anyway. So it's nice to face them in different directions though, so they have a little bit more character. I could also remove this road. Okay, I guess it's just gonna be 1 on this side. Or I could do 1, 2, move this house. Banished is a game that once you get the hang of does not require like hyper precise optimization. Which is nice because it means you can kind of have fun with it. We are going to remove this piece of road. Is that right? Yes. Oh, wait, I gotta pause all these buildings. Because I don't actually want to build them right now. I don't have the resources. I just wanted to plan to build them so that I remember what I'm doing here. And that piece of road is already gone. Oh, and I didn't pause this one. That's okay. I'll go ahead and do it now. So that is outside of our radii. Good news. Looks like our planting is probably nearly complete. I'm gonna give them a little bit longer because I really don't know how long it takes to plant everything. And we are gonna go ahead and remove the reserve of food is low. Oh geez. Okay, I guess it's winter. Or I guess it's about to be harvest time, but still, that's not good. Let's build our other fishing spot. What are you up to? 208 and it's late summer. So you may actually only be gathering 200 per person, which is pretty terrible. I wonder why that is. Surely it's not the walking distance. I mean, they're right there. You there. Some logs, some leather, that's good. And these guys are almost ready to harvest. This one less so. I probably should have had an extra worker to handle that. Hunting cabin just needs logs. Fisherman just needs some logs and stone. Oh, just logs, okay. We're potentially also gonna put a road over here. I like these curvy roads. They feel less artificial. So kudos to City Skylines for having curved roads too. So that was a hunting thing. Wait, what? A hunting thing? That happened over here? Indeed. Curious. Can I tell you to, oops, I wanted to gather the resources. Okay. So there are advanced buildings. There's no tech or anything, but like, for example, these guys, the town services, they tend to be more advanced. So you can build a town hall where you can record information about citizens and stuff. There's a giant honking church. There's a graveyard, which will eventually contribute to people's happiness. You can build hospitals, and yeah, they're sort of like the upgraded version of the herbalist, except they don't do regular health, I think. They only seem to do diseases, so if someone catches a disease, then they go to the herbalist. They do actually, but if they if they're sick, they go to the herbalist, but if they catch a disease, then they go to the hospital, and they'll like be quarantined. Why are you question marking? Oh, probably because I have, 3 workers, 3 crop fields. That's okay. Curious. Come on, get harvested before the next day, next season. The people who I assigned to be crop field hands were probably really far away. I didn't do it early enough, so we'll see. It doesn't look like we have anyone dying or any pumpkins dying due to winter, but what do I know? Okay, so in order to stop having to do constant fine-tuning, we're going to set this to 3 and 3. 2 and 2, and that should be okay. So you guys caught 16 fish, that's great. You did literally catch only 200 per person. I am disappointed. Although our little village is looking quite nice, I think. We've got 50-ish people, 51. We have 8 students undergoing education, which is excellent. We still have a boatload of iron. That's great news. Unica should be coming back with some stone. We'll try to turn our jackets into stones. I'm surprised at our rate of our rate of leather production is surprisingly low. I guess it's 12 probably ish per cabin. I don't know how many it takes. You can also create fancy coats, but you need leather and wool, which means you either need sheep and cows or sheep and hunting lodges. Of course, you can only build sheep. You can only build sheep. You can only have sheep and stuff if you build the pasture and then buy the sheep from someone. So I'm actually gonna throw down an orchard over here. I'm gonna do 10 by 10. Another 10 by 10. You can walk through orchards, it's not really a problem, so it shouldn't cause too much trouble. And I think those are all outside of our doing stuff radius. Yeah, pretty much. You can even put a little house over here, a couple of houses. And some houses over here. But again, we're not swimming in especially stone, so I'm thinking that that's not really necessary. I'm gonna go ahead and demolish that structure, which means we need 4 less foresters. And oops, come back, little jobs thing. Let's do 2 more builders. Man, I just took 4 foresters out and ran into 0 laborers. That's bad. I need to be careful. That's right, because of the students. That's right, I've been expanding without paying attention to the flow here of my studentos. Without the town hall, I don't think I can see who they are. So I don't know how many, this guy, I guess Calvia, who I would appear to be nearly ready to move into work. So do I have, I do, I have pecans, great, okay. Oh, these guys also count as farmers, right? Okay, so we'll just leave them be for now. Someone will go plant all the trees, And we'll have some pecans. That's great news. And I will want to build a storage barn over here. I'm going to want to get this demolished and build the herbalist directly on top of it, because I want as many spaces, I want as little space taken up as possible by my buildings, although it's going to be a huge portion. I should put the herbalist just like over here. It just doesn't reach into the next like area. This will have to be sufficient. I'm actually going to put the herbalist up here to ignore this portion. And then we'll put the gatherer's hut right where the other thing was. And then we'll need a storage barn. And we'll throw in some more roads just to save everyone some time. And to make it look nice. Or look purposeful, let's say. We do not have enough stone to build all these things. I'm gonna just leave them all queued and throw down a big stone gathering. This is so far away. Are there any stones? Stones that I might have missed somewhere nearby? Nope. My trader has not come back. So, we're not in any disaster situation. The only potential thing we're going to be running out of is stone and iron. Iron is for tools. Stone is for expanding. That's okay. Reserve of stone is low. Yeah, I heard those rumors. So one of these buildings will probably get finished. Yeah. Should be okay. Whichever one it happens to be. I wonder how many leather it is per coat. Isn't that like a help menu or something? Resources. Leather. Clothing. Tailor. The reserve of food is low. Oh, geez, that's terrible news. But hopefully with the improved orcharding and this added fisherman thing. I wonder if fishermen had their like efficiency changed or something, because I thought they did much better than this. Well, that's okay. It's not a huge investment in people, so it'll be all right for the time being. Oh, good. A herbalist. You only need one herbalist. Oh, good. Our trader is back. Or a trader is back. Who is it? It's Oren, the seed merchant. So he'll sell me seeds. He'll sell me cabbage seeds. This fool, he's not even aware. I already have cabbage seeds. So this guy's visit is a total waste. This is the kind of thing that can like totally throw you early game, because he doesn't have anything, and I can tell him to bring other kinds of seeds and they're going to cost more money, but I don't need any other kinds of seeds at the moment. I mean, it might be nice to grow a different kind of tree-based food, but who cares? So go away, Mr. Guy, and hopefully he'll bring back something more useful next time. Off with you. Darn. Each trading post has its own timer, so if you have like 5 trading posts, you get 5 times as many visiting traders. So this person will be able to gather herbs, but only slowly. Because only the old trees here on the edges are the ones that are going to be growing them. But that's okay. It'll be a process. Fortunately, due to how narrow everything is, I really am not going to be able to get a market into a reasonable... There's just no reasonable way to put a market over here. Unless I hollowed out this mountain and dwarf fortress this bad boy. There are mods and stuff where you can have like jetties. Jetties? That sounds weird, but yes, I guess that's the word, jetties, where you can build over water and such, and then you can turn everything into buildable land. Which, yeah, I don't know. It's called the Colonial Charter or something like that. It's a pretty well beloved mod. I found it incredibly overwhelming, but you know what? To each his own. So I guess we're just basically waiting for traders. We can expand a little bit. I need to invest more stone into building things. I need stone, and I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna be dangerous. I don't think it's a good idea, but I'm gonna tell my people to gather all the stone. Basically, we can see it's winter time, but hopefully we have enough warm clothing for them to survive this ridiculous dictatorial command. We shall see. Boy, that's really far away. You know what I will do eventually? Go ahead and lay down the foundation. Oh yeah. Tunnel through there. Because then that'll really like connect up this whole area, because I'm going to be building over here soon as well. I would like to expand in this direction too, but really there are no places with lots of open area. But looking at how many buildings I managed to squeeze into like this pretty narrow strip, it's not bad. It's just you need an open area in order to build foresters and stuff to harvest logs, because gotta have logs. So do we manage to harvest enough food? I'm not sure about that. What do we get? 800? That's pretty good. And what about you? 200? That's terrible. 434. 200. So this is 100 per person. This just feeds themselves. That's I don't think that's worth doing. I'll do one person there. Maybe I'll unlock a breakthrough which lets me total gathers 6. I don't need 4 gatherers here. I would build a gatherer's hut here as well, it's just there's just not that much space. I suppose if I put it over here, let's see, gatherer's hut. Cover a decent portion of land. Gatherer's huts are highly effective. Right? 500, 400, 400. For 3 people, these guys are collecting 15, or there for 4 people, they're collecting 15 or 1600, or maybe even 2000 for 4 people, which is great because that's enough food to support 20 people. And these jokers over here are collecting enough to support themselves and 1 other person. I think that's based on my assumption about usages. Okay, 1 of 1, 1 of 1, and 2 of 2. Good. So eventually, people are probably going to start consuming our medicines, or they are going to consume our medicines very rapidly, because their health is quite low. Oh my, your happiness is terrible. Why is your happiness so terrible? Maybe because he's hungry. Huh. I wonder. What about you? You're perfectly happy. You're a child. Their happiness gets affected by things like relatives dying and so on and so forth. So sometimes someone's really sad and you can't really do anything about it. You can mitigate that tragedy by building cemeteries. Well, my name is Flailbot, and this has been our Relaxathon of Banished. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I think we'll probably do another run next week, unless there are any vocal complaints. So get in touch if you hate Banished, and I'll stop playing it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.